Hi, this is Christine D'Amico with OpenMinds, and I am here today to talk with you a little bit about self-esteem. Self-esteem is a huge part of everything we do, and so I want to help you adults build your self-esteem and really get to know what you can do to make it stronger, as well as support the children in your life who are currently constructing their foundation of self-esteem. Self-esteem forms when you're young, for the most part, based on the way you are interacting with parents, siblings, friends, and even the media. It is a key piece of how you see yourself, whether you've got negative thoughts or positive thoughts about yourself, and how you talk to yourself and consider your abilities to handle different life situations. Self-esteem can also be affected later in life through stressful experiences or overly challenging experiences. They can tend to increase or decrease your self-esteem based on how you respond. So today I want to give you some tips and tools to be able to think about how to positively affect your self-esteem so that you can be able to increase it if it is feeling like it's a little low, and get yourself ready to take on the next challenge that life is going to bring for you, or just manage some of those just normal day-to-day situations that can be kind of tricky. For those parents out there, I also want to give you some special support in how you do this with your children, because your job is very significant right now in terms of how you're supporting those children and the development of their self-esteem, as most of you already know. But I'm just going to add some additional pieces to help you with that as well. And I've got some props to help me. The first thing is this wonky little giraffe. Looks kind of silly, but the reason I like to keep this little guy around is because it reminds me that we can feel really wobbly, knock-kneed, and awkward at times. And it's those really awkward moments that can really send our self-esteem flying on its ear. So to just notice the self-talk when we fall into those awkward moments. If we continue to bash ourselves for the following weeks and days after some mistake or awkward breakdown in your life, you're going to really be cutting away at your self-esteem. So when those things happen, take control of what your mental processes are and move along your thoughts so that you're not stuck with that repeating thought about how poor things went or the mistake you made. And for those parents out there, do the same for your kids. They're going to get caught in some of those same kinds of situations, feeling badly about what they've done, and I want you to be on the lookout for those so that you can help them understand to move along, let that thought go, pick a different thought, get some perspective on that problem so that it doesn't eat away in their little minds, because they're doing the same thing you are. So watch out for them. And then on the flip side, celebrate your successes. You're going to have them big and small. Notice them, look for them, watch out for them. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes we tend to minimize our successes. But to build your self-esteem, the little wins have to count. So don't wait till you get the A on the final semester, or don't wait till you finally get your boss to give you that promotion, or don't wait until your child makes the masterpiece of the century. Celebrate the little things, those little moments where you can go, wow, that worked out pretty well, or way to go, or I survived this challenging situation in one piece. Those small wins can really make a difference. Parents, do the same for your children. Acknowledge their wins. And even better, ask them how they feel about them. I'm proud of you is great, but how do you feel about yourself? Or are you feeling proud about what you've accomplished here? Can really make a difference for your children to be able to think about this internally. Third, reach out to your friends and find those friends that actually get you. So if you don't have people in your life that you think really get who you are and appreciate who you are and understand and value you, go find some new folks, because you want people in your life who do get you. And goodness knows you're going to have people who don't get you. We all have that. And we all have to live with being judged and criticized and, don't understand what we're saying. But everybody needs a few people who do get them. And I promise you, there are people out there who will get you. So keep looking. If you don't have 3 or 4 people who really understand you and value you, go find some new people. That will make a huge difference for increasing your self-esteem. And parents, do the same for your children. They need to have friends who also get them. They need to have colleagues who understand their value, whether it be a friend at school, a relative, a sibling, or a neighbor. Help those children in your life to connect with people that really understand them. The next strategy in building self-esteem is to listen to what you need. I personally definitely need some yoga. Now, I'm not getting as much as I wish I could, but I'm at least getting a little. And so when life gets too busy and I'm not doing yoga, at least a little bit, I notice. So you need to understand your own needs and your own opinions so that you can actually carve out space for that. I promise by doing that, you will see that valuing yourself allows the world to better value you as well. So doing that can be really important. Again, parents, listen to your children. It can be so easy to think you know what needs to happen here, but your children are trying to build their self-esteem and know that their voice matters. So when you take some time to honor what matters to that little 5-year-old or that 8-year-old or that 12-year-old, even though it doesn't matter to you, your valuing of their concern really makes a difference in helping them learn to trust that they matter and they are important. All right, next piece, take it in small steps. If you're going to move towards a new goal, break it into baby steps. You then can accomplish some success little step by little step. It allows for you to build self-esteem each step along the way. So don't feel like you have to accomplish a mountain in a day or a week or a year. Make it something manageable. Because self-esteem is affected by the standards you set. So if you set extremely high standards, it's pretty hard to meet them. If you're able to say, all I want to accomplish is this little inch of work, much easier to meet, and that again increases your self-esteem. You can do the same for the children in your life. Figure out how to break their challenges into small bites that they can take on and actually succeed in. That'll be a great way to help build their self-esteem. Finally, have the courage and the heart to stretch into new challenges. It can be really hard, but by taking on new challenges, you're going to be allowing your self-esteem to also stretch and grow and see that you can handle more than you thought you could, or that you took on something that was pretty hard or seemed a little scary and you made it. A great example is one time I was rock climbing with my family and scared to death of heights. I could not get up on this high ledge. With a little help from my family and my friends, I did it. I was scared to death doing it, but I was so glad I did it once I was up there. And then happy when I got back down, to be honest. But it was a great challenge and definitely can be a boost to the self-esteem. Again, parents, your children are just beginning their life and they are going to have so many new challenges that they need to face as they grow up. And we want them to be able to be equipped to handle those challenges as they come up. So the more you can help your children have some confidence to take on something that seems a little scary or requires a little extra heart, will really make a difference for them now when they're young as well as when they're adults. So now I'm just going to speak really specifically to the parents for a second. You all are modeling. You're modeling through your own self-esteem, what your children think normal should be. So I want you to really be aware of what you're doing for yourself, because the way you develop your self-esteem will allow your children to see the way they start off building their self-esteem. So take seriously the work you do for yourself, the ways you help build your own skill set in this area, and know that it is going to pay off for your children. Second, parents, you really want to be taking action to look out specifically for your child's self-esteem. And I know most of you are already doing that. But to think beyond just the great job, way to go, and to think about some of these strategies that we've just gone through and how they could actually take that feedback, that support, and actually embed it inside your child so that they've got that self-esteem growing and building within themselves without the need for that external support. I'll be back again with another helpful set of information about kind of the adult development, child development, and how we continue to grow over the course of our lifespan. Really, you all have something brilliant and wonderful to bring to the world. Your self-esteem will help you do that. Trust it, trust your abilities, trust your child's abilities, and go see what wonderful things you can do in the world.